Welcome to Scarlet Nexus early review, you bored bastards. Early review is something like first impression video, but with bit more hours put into. I've put about 9 hours into this game and I was so bored that an install option was too appealing to neglect. It was taking up too much of my precious SSD space. Before we start, I have to warn you that anime is not my territory. I don't consider anime-based games automatically better or worse. It's just that I'm indifferent to the art. Think that is good to remain more objective. So what the hell is so wrong with Scarlet Nexus? Look, it's not all bad. Combat is decent with environmental manipulation. Enemies are somewhat interesting and require different approach at times, but over time combat becomes unappealing due to lack of depth and precision. For example, dodge doesn't cancel action, and more often than not you're going to get stuck in over-the-top attack animation without options to evade incoming blow. On hard difficulty that can mean lots of damage taken. Camera work is far from great, which can lead to melee attacks completely missing the target. Also, game is quite easy, even on hard, and without challenge interest veins. There are positives like party members, even though being useless, enabling different powers that can significantly alter main character attacks. Some enemies are weak to certain powers, which adds tactical depth, but not much, as combat usually plays out the same every time. Coolest thing is large object manipulation, like trains for example. Overall, combat looks cool with dynamic combos combining telekinesis, melee attacks and powers, but soon pattern emerges that stays all the time. Not saying that it can't be fun because of it, because it can. Just saying that fun factor goes down after some time. So what is the big problem with Scarlet Nexus then? Everything else pretty much. Main story is not bad, although quite predictable. It got me interested, but that is not the issue. Presentation is. Story is presented through so many needless and pointless conversations that drag on and on and on. Most of these 9 hours I have spent reading bollocks. About 30% of all dialogue is connected to the main story and everything else is utter shite. I started skipping everything after a while that isn't directly connected to main story because I couldn't take any more dumb conversations like "How was your coffee today? It was fine. Did you take a nice dump after it? Sure, it was glorious. Fuck me."
That's too bad.
Look, I love a good story, even if it takes more time to watch and read than play the game. One of my favorite gaming franchises is Metal Gear Solid, and that is probably best comparison when it comes to dialogue to combat ratio. But dialogue there kept me on edge almost all the time. Here it kept me on edge, but that edge being restless as to when will I finally be done with this game so I can start something else.
Did you pick up anything like an ampule on your way here?
Oh, yes.
Would you mind handing that over to me?
Another issue is downtime between missions. Team is in hideout and you have to strengthen bond with party members by doing predefined bore me to tears dialogue and offering gifts. Terrible streamlined linear system that offers nothing of value. It's like game doesn't want you to play it, but watch and listen as if that is its strength.
Catch up?
Characters are far from interesting too. Not one has kept me interested in their backstory. You have seen these types of characters with same backstories and personalities in almost every anime most likely.
Constantly since being assigned.
We need to take time for ourselves like this now and then.
So, what were you doing between the time you were scout?
Well, during my
Annoying thing is how story and cutscenes are presented. It is some kind of comic book type page turner that just doesn't work.
You
Scenes are not well described that way as it slows down the game even more.
Thank you.
Kyoka Platoon. Everyone except
Character progression is as simple as it gets. Character tree that is most likely going to be almost fully unlocked upon reaching end game. Basic equipment change with max 3 accessories that boost character a bit. And 3 attributes: attack, power and defense. Very little to play around with. Lastly, same like in Code Vein, locations are extremely linear with even less exploration and very unappealing. Only location that I have seen that had some cool vibes to it was Old Hospital Ward. Other than that, all basic and forgettable. I know many of us thought that this would be better Code Vein, but it isn't. I'm not particularly fond of Code Vein, but it is far superior game to this. I honestly don't know who to recommend this game to. Since this is not normal review, there won't be a score, but from what I have played so far, I would give it below average score of 4, maybe even 3. It just isn't good, not even decent. Anyway, hopefully you got something out of this video and can decide now if game is worth your money. One playthrough takes about 30 hours and it should be completed twice because both choosable characters have their own story path. Good luck with that though, I salute you if you can go through all of this twice. That would be all for Scarlet Nexus on this channel. Game doesn't need guides at all, so no point in wasting time with it anymore. Thanks for watching.